Hi, guys. Welcome to my weekly Facebook Live, Powerhouse Pros. I'm so happy that you're here and you could join me. I'm Jen Burson. I'm the founder of Generation PR, going on, sorry, I have a glass of water here, going on 19 years. Like, how is that even remotely possible? I don't understand. Crazy. And this is also my second career because I practiced law for several years. So, kind of amazing when I think about 19 years. That's like a really long time. I'm also the founder of the Powerhouse Pros community, the Pitching Powerhouse podcast, like peas around here, I guess. Um, and I always show up every single week to share some kind of training that is going to help you provide the most exceptional service to your clients that will help you run your business with ease. And my goal for you is always to have a profitable business that you love and get closer to that work-life integration that we're all seeking. Notice I didn't say balance. We are looking for integration where everything just works together really well. Your business provides you with the kind of life that you want to have. It affords you the ability to travel and spend time with your family and do all the things. And your life will be I just got distracted because Stephanie is on. Oh my God, Stephanie! It's been so long. How are you? Um, it's been like a really long time. Nice to see you. Uh, the other thing for me is not having to choose as a woman, and this is obviously in the media a lot right now. Not choose as in uh, like the issue Roe versus Wade. That's not what I'm talking about. Staying away from that. But really having to choose family over career or having it all. And it's funny because that must be Nicola. It says good evening. She's in Dubai. I think that's Nicola, but I don't know. Um, this movie with Barbie and that big speech that America Ferrera gives in the movie, and the movie's all about the patriarchy. And then, of course, the Oscar noms come out, and Margot Robbie and Greta Gerwig both get snubbed, they say, or not nominated. And then, of course, Ken, Ryan Gosling, gets nominated. And it's just kind of like, isn't that like basically the plot of the movie? What just happened right there? Like, men just get to have it all and women enable them to do that. I mean, Greta produced a great movie and Margot was an insanely amazing Barbie. Without them, there's no Ken, like he said. So it's kind of funny. Hi, Serena. Thank you guys so much for joining me. It's just funny to me because that's why I am here giving like everything I can think of to make your lives, your jobs more kind of turnkey, well-rounded, balanced, like whatever we can to enable you to have a great personal life and family life and have a business that supports that. And on that note, hi, Nicola. So who's that said good evening? Because you're coming through the other page and I can't see you. But I'd love to know who is here. And thank you all so much for joining me. I actually didn't think anyone would show up for this topic, but then I reviewed our notes and it's really good, you guys, like really good. So, but before I get into the teaching aspect of today, the reason I was talking all about work-life integration and not having to pick family, it's like what I did. I went from law where you can't have it all. I mean, you can, but you really do sacrifice something, either time with your family or achieving that highest rank in the law firm of partner and getting taken seriously. Honestly, if you leave in the middle of the day to go to your kid's soccer game or their school play or whatever, that is frowned upon in a law firm. But when you have your own business, then you get to do what you want to do. I just took my dog for an hour-long walk, 9:30. If I were in an office, that wouldn't happen. So there are so many things I love about having our own business. And I put in the chat there the link to apply to our high impact group coaching experience called Elevate. It is kicking off again in March. We are going to have applications are now open. You can apply. And then we're going to be selecting the next cohort in February. And then we will kick off March. I can't remember the date exactly, but it is 12 weeks every week. It is a framework that I've been trained in that billion-dollar founders of companies, that the highest performers in the world have been coached in this framework. And through our last cohort, I can tell you that the transformations were mind-blowing, but also truly, truly life-changing. And to be a part of that and to witness it and to get a front row seat to that and see people come alive and have insane breakthroughs, there's nothing like it. And so if you're ready to kind of kick your career and your life to that next level of happiness and productivity and authority and passion and drive and purpose, then Elevate is for you. And we already have a member on that is going to join us, Serena. I've been like kicking the can down the road to get her in because we're trying to plan our whole calendar for this year, but we have it all locked down and Serena will get those dates to you. So hi, Beverly. It's so nice to see you. I hope you're feeling great. I'm going to jump into today's training. This is a really good one, very actionable, tangible, strategic. And we're going to kick into 5 tips for writing PR quotes that will be inspiring, that will really dazzle the audiences you're trying to connect with, whether it's, editors or TV producers or whatever. We also are going to talk about why client quotes are essential for showing industry authority, and then how you can use emotion to add meaning and value to your clients' quotes. This is one of the easiest. I say easy because our journalist contacts are looking for sources. They are looking for ways to add more credibility and validity to their articles. So it is a really powerful way to get your clients in the media, having them featured as an expert source. And they can offer quotes and anecdotes about specific topics that show off their industry expertise or their entrepreneurial expertise. They could be talking about their journey or what they overcame, to be able to be where they are, and somebody else may be going through the same struggle and they can share their experience and how they got through it. And that gives credibility and something tangible to the story. They might have a one-off quote in an article, or they could be the entire focus of a major article or feature. But all of it contributes to the credibility of your client as an authority, as a thought leader, as an expert in their space. And we know that every so often you will have a client that is not available for comment. Not one of those PR things like no comment, but you're like, oh my God, I have a New York Times writer on the hook, and the client is MIA. Either they're traveling, they're not responding, their team doesn't know how to get a hold of them. And you are going to have to step in and write the quote yourself, or kind of help finesse or repurpose something that the client has already written. This may also be the case if you have a client that's like, just craft something and I'll put my stamp of approval or slightly edit it. So we know this can be really intimidating. You don't have to stress about it. You have niche experience too, right? When you niche down and you choose clients based on what you know how to do and what you love and where your contacts and info that you've accumulated over the years, when you have that industry expertise, you can put that to use and write stellar quotes for your clients' features. You can also plan ahead. And if you sense your client is very busy and might be challenging to get a hold of, you can sit and interview them on a Zoom, record the Zoom, ask them a bunch of questions, and then take all of that, use it to craft pitches. Clients love doing this, by the way. They love talking about themselves and their businesses. You can anticipate the kinds of things you might want to pitch and start asking them, and then take their responses and craft quotes or sound bites or even larger pitches, like if it's multiple steps that they share. So I'm going to share my best tips for writing these powerful PR quotes for your clients that are going to show off their industry expertise and fulfill all the needs that your media contacts are coming to you for. So when do you need a quote from your client? Journalists will need something during their normal writing process. It might be in response to one of your pitches. Nicholas says, fantastic idea, want to do this ASAP. This is when we have gotten the best information from our clients and opened up a world of ideas to pitch that we probably wouldn't have come up with on our own, because you just don't know. But once they start flowing and talking, and it's in the context of, tell me about how you founded the company, got the idea, what were some of the struggles early on, how did you overcome them? It just flows. And when you record the Zoom, you can reference back to it again, and also you can transcribe it and then use that as a working document for pitch ideas. And hi, I wonder if I can show you my dog. I'm just spinning it around. Hello. She's so cute. I put the little dog bed over there and she just loves it. Hi. So journalists are going to either respond to a pitch and be like, we would love to get your client's thoughts on XYZ. No matter the niche, quotes from industry experts, they're going to enhance the journalist's article, make it more authoritative, more credible, and you're going to read the article, or whomever's reading it, and they're going to trust more of the content because it's coming from a proven expert versus like a random thought that has nothing nothing to back up the writer's ideas with any opinions or authority outside of their own writing. Right. I said right a lot. Stephanie, cute dog. I love dogs. This is our very first dog ever. This is Lola, and we adopted her, and she is a husky German Shepherd, like mutt mix, but we're obsessed with her. Like, she's like the queen of all the land in this house. Like, my husband whispers sweet nothings to her, and I'm like, I remember when you used to say those things to me. He's like, you're so beautiful, I love you so much. I'm like, hey, I'm the wife over here. Okay, back to this fun stuff. So this is a great way, like I said, position your client as an authority, build industry expertise, credibility in their niche. And clients are usually only quoted if they're experts or thought leaders in your niche. So if you worked with product-based clients, their founders may sometimes be featured as experts, whether it's for their niche expertise in, let's say, coming up with a new formulation, or working with the lab on something that's highly effective but also eco-friendly, and they can talk about product formulation and how to create a green beauty product or whatever. Or they can talk about their journey in founding the company and pluses, minuses, like roadblocks along the way. So your client might also work with experts in their field while developing their products, and those experts could offer quotes in the founder's place. So they're not speaking on behalf of the founder, but they are talking as an advisor, a strategic advisor to the company. And I've used this strategy with my clients before, and it's been gangbusters for us. Like particularly for a baby monitor company, we have a sleep expert that is an advisor to the company, and we use her all the time. And we also have lactation consultants and doulas, and they're certified and have all the credentials, and they are there to give opinions and expertise for our breast pump company. And when we did this strategy, it opened the door to so many media mentions. And like for the client, it's not talking about their products and at length, but it is giving them a link. It'll say like lactation consultant and advisor, board member of Motif Medical, which is the breast pump company. Is it possible for a chef? Absolutely. I mean, they can talk about if there's a trend in the food space, or like, could be like a new ingredient that's really hot, or a seasonal menu idea. Talk to them about it and say, what are you noticing in your restaurant and trends, and what ingredients are really like coming into vogue right now, and why? Or it could be like making, it depends what kind of restaurant they have, but it could be making healthy swaps from, maybe like going vegan or adding vegetables or whatever their expertise is in being a chef. Are they a home chef or personal chef? Can they let people know how to incorporate more, healthy, fresh ingredients? It's like just kind of, we had inside the Pitch Lab, we have a master class that was taught by Natasha Dressler. She usually joins me. And we talked about talk topics. And it's basically a running document you keep in Google Docs. And every time you talk to the client, if there's something that they share with you, or something that they are just very uniquely able to speak about, you add it to their talk topics so that you start to get ideas about, maybe it's the American diet versus a European diet, or like what food trends are. I mean, we have Nicola in Dubai, like what's going on there in the food scene. And, maybe we're adopting some of these, Dubai's setting a lot of trends because it's like very fast growing and there's a lot of money there and there's a lot of opportunity. So, what maybe that chef is going to talk about, how to adapt some of the trends in Dubai and how we're seeing them here in the US. I don't know. It just depends what kind of restaurant they have, what their specialty is. But absolutely anybody can be quoted as an expert in the media when you align their credentials, their experience, their know-how with the right pitch, the right journalist. So that's why we love just really niching down, because then those people and you can make those connections. So the five strategies I have for you to write a stellar PR quote for your expert client. One is let your quotes tell a story. Sure, maybe you don't have access to the journalist's full article when they request a quote, but you still need to make sure that your quote flows in their story. So this isn't the time to spit out a bunch of facts and stats surrounding your client, because they're probably not relevant to the story, or maybe those stats are already coming from some other place in the article. Your client might only get a sentence or two to make an impact, so the quote needs to be as powerful as possible, pack a punch. So think about how your client can provide meaningful, valuable information that will enhance the final article. Why are they being asked for a quote? What are they uniquely qualified to contribute? And why should people care about this specific topic? I'm going to drop this in the chat because I think it's important just to ask yourself these questions. Why are they being asked for a quote? What are they uniquely qualified to contribute? And why should people care about this specific topic? And then also focus on emotions over facts. So targeted details, emotional depth will help move the story along and really engage readers. it could be like that struggle they overcame and the emotional journey that they take the reader on of like their challenges and then how amazing it felt to overcome that. It's got to have some emotion, authority, passion, something that will hook the reader in and have them and the journalist and want to use it because it's really a powerful quote. Your media contact may use the quote to provide a point, maybe a counterpoint, or call people to action. So let those quotes be powerful in a short amount of time. Really refer back to those questions. Ask yourself those 3 questions as you're helping to develop their input for the feature, and think about proving a point or making the other side of an argument or calling people to action. Number 2, leave out all that jargon. It's going to ruin the quote. Not everyone knows the technical industry terms that you or your client does. You have to remember that this quote needs to fit into an article that'll be read by everyone, from niche experts and your client's audience to people on the internet who see an interesting headline and they just click, right? Unless it is in a very technical trade publication or some kind of article that really is focused on deep understanding of technical specifications and stuff like that. Try to avoid that jargon. Quotes that are full of jargon require further explanation and take up space in your editor's article, in your media contacts article. If your quote and its explanation uses too many words, it's probably easier for them to just cut it and reach out to a different expert, and we don't want that. Our contacts are usually working with a word limit, so short, sweet, simple, to the point. It should convey your client's expertise and provide value to your media contact and to their readers. I don't know what this noise is. I don't know if you can hear it. Number 3, cautionary tale, word of warning: do not use ChatGPT to write a PR quote. Ever, ever, ever. It is easy to turn to AI, whether it's ChatGPT or Google's Bard or another program that can write a quote when you're in a pinch. But journalists can always tell when you've used AI for your quotes, always. And you don't want to take that chance. You're not going to be in a good place if you try to outsmart them. The AI quotes are robotic. They are void of real emotion. They are detached. They're written by a computer, not a real person. And the media contact reached out to you for your client's experience. They don't want a vague, generic quote in that response or it to feature in their article. They could have just done that themselves, and there's no credibility in it. So always write PR quotes yourself. Have your client come up with something, even if you're responding to last minute requests. And that's why we like having some content on hand that we can use, repurpose, customize it just a little bit, but still sound like your client's own words, so that if you have a last minute response, you can't get to your client, you still have something to submit, and you're not going to AI to help you meet a deadline. Use your creativity, be as original as possible. When your media contact adds the quote to their final article, it should be clear to the reader that an actual person said this. We love ChatGPT. It is really good for a lot of things, but any content you create for an article should be totally original, based on your client's specific expertise. And on the note of ChatGPT, we do have a Powerhouse Prompts bundle of things that will, like thought starters and things that you can use AI and ChatGPT to support you and help you with, to make your job easier, but not do your work for you in terms of the writing or the idea I mean, we like it to expand on ideas and get the ball rolling, but then everything has to be fully customized and fully edited in your own voice. Use it to start the ideas. And then we have some prompts there that will help you think through some of these things that you can use it to support you with. So we have our 3 tips so far. Let your quotes tell a story. Leave out that jargon. Don't use AI to write a quote. Number 4, give yourself and your experts some time. So best case scenario, your contact may give you a few days to pull the best quote for them, but it's not always the case. Sometimes it's a few hours. So either way, you need to schedule some focus time to deliver on the request. So if you're writing the quote in place of your contact, set aside time, write a solid quote, do any research so that you can ensure accuracy, run the quote by your team so that they can make sure it really reads well or does sound like the client. Step into your expert's shoes and write the way they would. Think about their voice, their tone, how they would express that point, and leave yourself time for revisions and edits. If you have that time, really use it to round out that quote. But if you're getting a quote or some kind of talking point from your client or an expert on their team, reach out immediately. Give them as much time as possible so that they have time to answer and you have time to maybe revise the quote, review it, edit it for context, content, proofread it. And if they send you a quote full of industry jargon, then you can rewrite it yourself or hop on a quick call to get a better or more simple quote from them. And if they send you a whole paragraph, try to cut it down to a sentence or 2. So that's why we love this database idea of quotes from your client that they can contribute early, do what I said, record that Zoom, transcribe it, pull quotes from that, and now you have a database that you can pull from and edit whenever you need it. And that is a really good activity to do when you're onboarding. They love it, like I said. So it's a really fun thing to kick off the campaign by just deep diving with them and letting them just, talk about everything so you can get an idea of what they can, weigh in on with their expertise. And then number 5, you always have to check for accuracy. You cannot send out a pitch that's littered with errors. So always, always, always check your facts, proofread. You want to check grammar, spelling, all of it before responding to your media contacts. Journalists, they're juggling tons of deadlines. They're pressed for time. So you want to make their jobs easier and do the final checks yourself so nothing will pull them away from just using it. And they might just be like, this person sounds like a dummy. I don't want to use it. You don't want your quote to kind of fall through the cracks because the journalist is like, what am I supposed to do with this? There's too much here. This is a big part of being a partner, a trustworthy source to your media contacts. It is not just being fast, but delivering excellent, edited, final work quickly. You don't want to be the bottleneck, but you also don't want to sacrifice quality and accuracy for speed. And this is a big problem that's happening in the media in general right now, is just everybody wants to get that story out as fast as possible. So fact-checking, proofreading, a lot of that's not happening because they want to be first with the scoop. And so as a trusted source, do not sacrifice quality, accuracy for speed. And then when you're writing a PR quote for your client, make sure everything is attributed to them correctly. So there's going to be no chance to be able to edit or proofread. You're not going to get that chance once you hand it off to the editor. So ensure that their name, their title, any credentials or certifications they have, or awards that might be relevant to the credibility of the expert, they're properly spelled out and they have the correct dates where applicable, like Allure 2023 Best of Beauty Award winner or winner of the 2022 Booker Prize, something that lends itself to the credibility, gives a year so that it's clear that they're currently well regarded in their industry. This is not someone who was relevant 20 years ago, but they're still in it to win it. And that all of the spelling is accurate because you're not, when was the last time you had a chance to proofread an article? I would venture to say probably more than 5 years. So yeah, make sure you turn everything over that's accurate. So, I mean, that's what we have. It's something that is going to come up. And the more expert features that your clients have, the more momentum that you start to build for them. So, we want to just continue to help you grow your agency bigger, more profitable. So I have this free PR agency action plan. It's my 12-step framework for growing your agency, getting bigger results. This is the path to profitability framework with the 4 pillars of strategy, sales, service, and scale. And I show you exactly what goes into each of those 4 pillars. It's really good. And it's built on this solid foundation of consistent, predictable, recurring retainer revenue. And that comes from happy clients. So when you get your clients as founders featured in the media as experts, they love it. They don't want to ever lose you. When you get them awards, when you are just getting them the spotlight on their business and their experience, why would they ever want to let you go? They're going to love you. Special place in their heart just for you. So let me know if you have any questions. That was a fast one today. I'm not known for brevity. Those of my regulars can attest to that. But really good information in there. Like, the team loved putting that one together. And I'm trying to think of anything else. If you want to learn more about the Agency Accelerator, I'll just give links because sometimes people are like, oh yeah, I wanted to learn about that. I will link that there. Let me know if you have any questions or if I can help you with anything. Oh, hi, there's quite a few of you on here. Hello, hello. Anybody want to say hi who hasn't? Anybody want to ask a question if they haven't? I'll stay on for just a minute, but again, we are going to be enrolling for our next cohort of Elevate High Performance Group Coaching. I mean, it's an incredible program framework that is proven. The transformations I witnessed the last cohort were amazing, like amazing to see. I was just like, this is incredible. One of our members was like really struggling to find her purpose and really understand what was driving her big why. Why was she trying to start her own business? And she also was like really struggling to meet somebody and felt very kind of defeated in that dating department. And this was not that long ago, you guys, but she just got engaged over the holidays. I was like scrolling through Instagram and I'm like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. And she had just started dating the guy when we wrapped our last cohort. I mean, it's been a little while, but it was amazing. And we had another member that 4x'd her revenue immediately after. I'm trying to think of exactly the timeline. So immediately after we ended Elevate, she finally started to see what the value was she was providing. Her clients loved her, but she was undercharging and she was going project to project. So we focused on really like that mindset piece. And she really started to overcome that struggle of like, do I really deserve to be here? Do I deserve to be charging this much? Am I worth it? And 4x'd her revenue. And that really came in a great time in her life when she had a baby and was like starting to feel like herself again. So just amazing. Elevate is incredible. If you are ready to take your business, your life to that next level of performance and satisfaction and your personal influence, your depth of relationships, your really solid understanding of what you want to achieve out of life and the way that you have to set up your days to achieve it. That is what Elevate is. So if that sounds interesting to you, go ahead and apply. Join the wait list for the next cohort. And it's going to be really good. We're kicking off in March. And that's what I have for you guys today. So thank you so much for being here. I am so grateful for all of you. It's really hard to come on and just like stare at my face and talk to myself, but knowing that all of you are here and my regulars that I just love, love, love so much. Elizabeth is saying, hi, Elizabeth, topic request for a future live media measurement and how to measure success. I will make note of that. Elizabeth, we have a lot of content on this actually. So maybe we can pull it all together and do a live about it. There's definitely a lot of this in our programs because we want to walk you through really having those metrics in place so clients can see that the work you're doing is working and the results that they're looking to achieve, you're working towards that. A lot of what we do is not so much measurable, but there are new ways to establish KPIs with clients that will give you more tangible, visual ROI. So that's a great topic. I took a note of it, Elizabeth. Stephanie, you are so welcome. Thank you guys so much for being here. If you have any questions or topics you want us to chat through, like Elizabeth, let us know. Hit me up on Instagram or reach out to my team, support@generationacademy.com. I am so, so grateful for this community. You have no idea. I love you all, and I want you to have an awesome week. So useful. Oh, you landed a new client today. Congrats, Nicola. That's so awesome. I can't wait to hear more about it. That's fantastic. Yeah, that's so great. See, people are landing clients. Okay, I will chat with you guys soon. Have a great rest of your week.